Whoa. Whoa, it's the Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth for another episode of Sober Wednesday. 1 hour dedicated to the those who struggle with whatever it might be that separates them from cool. Thank you. From God. So I come from the alcoholic school of thought. So that's where I'm coming from. But whatever it is that you're struggling with, you could probably apply the same principles, the same steps, and get yourself through the eye of the needle, so to speak. So it's been a hiatus. I think the last 2 episodes I had to miss due to obligations, but we're here, and never, Jonah, never. I don't want to say never, but statistically, no. Not my cup of tea. So anyway, the 124 days free of weed. Thanks for your help and the tribe, dude. Right on, Ben. Right on, Maxwell. That's yeah, that's what we got to do, dude. So Ben, congratulations, 124 days. That's no joke. Especially from the socially acceptable pot weed, man. But so the next hour is dedicated to those who struggle, and those who are struggling right now. There's all sorts of people struggling out there. It's a time of struggle and coming clean and facing yourself in the mirror. There's if you have mental health issues, if you're suicidal, if you're an overeater, an undereater, food disorders, bad relationships, video games, crack cocaine, alcohol, pot weed, whatever's getting between you and your interface of God. That's what this hour is dedicated to. So I ask that if you're not here for those reasons, you just be a casual observer and kind of leave the chat to those who are suffering, and we make a space for them once a week. So you're not alone. I think we're all suffering to some degree. It's the human experience. Some of us are suffering more gracefully than others, but we've all those of us who are in the world of recovery, we've been to the depths of hell, and we've seen the other side, dude. Mr. Logan, 64 days sober today. Thanks for these streams. They help. Right on, Mr. Logan, 487, 64 days. No joke. Trying to stay clean, still fighting urges to drink a beer a few times a week. I give them dislike the anger I feel. I need help with handling anger and self-control. Yeah, that's all in the steps, Roman. That's why we do the steps, dude. So let me read how it works. So I read how it works from the big book Alcoholics Anonymous, page 58. This is not this is a suggested program for those who want. This isn't an AA meeting. This is not an AA group. We are here just loosely using how it works. This works for me, but like I said, I come from the Alcoholics Anonymous school of thought, but I'm not anonymous anymore. So let me read how it works, and then we'll get into this thing, okay? So listen up, Roman. Here we go. All right. Chapter 5, how it works. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to the simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you've decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. At some of these, we balked. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, powerful. Without help, it is too much for us. But there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Half measures availed us nothing. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. Many of us exclaimed, "What an order! I can't go through with it." Do not be discouraged. None among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we are willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter of the agnostic, and our personal adventure before and after make clear 3 pertinent ideas. A, that we were alcoholic and could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. C, that God could and would if he were sought. And there you go. So there you go. That's the basic template, a program of how it possibly may work for you if you chose to be thoroughly honest with yourself. Again, that is the rub. If you don't want to be honest with yourself, none of this stuff's going to work. So, and yeah, Roman, dude, just admitting that you get anger and needing help with your anger and self-control, that's a huge admission. And that's the thorough honesty you've got to have in order to get the help that we all need. We all need some sort of help. And there's nothing wrong with needing help, you know? That's why we have mechanics and doctors and farmers and all of these things out there, is because we all need helps in various forms, one way or another. Some of us need help in different ways, but the help is out there if you're willing to admit to yourself that you need the help, dude. I'm 23, been sober since June 18th. Just had my first truly difficult day yesterday with the urges. Still fighting how to work through the anger without drugs, dude. All right, so we got double anger seems to be a thing. Look, if you're early sobriety, you're kind of supposed to be angry. It's not unreasonable, and it's not out of place. Look, if you're sober since June 18th, man, this world's a new experience for you. And Roman, it's a new experience not being able to drink or smoke or sniff or smoke or eat or do whatever it is that you do to anesthetize the pain, right? I don't come from the school of thought that alcohol is the problem. I don't come from the school of thought that drugs were the problem. In fact, they were the solution for a long, long time, and they worked, and then they didn't, and then you're sober and you don't have any medicine, dude, and you don't have any medicine, and that sucks, dude. It sucks not to have any medicine. So that's why it's really important that you have a fellowship or a group of people that you're speaking this language with. Your average civilian isn't going to know why you're angry because you stopped drinking. They don't understand it. They don't have that problem, dude. It's only the alcoholic that truly would understand why someone who stopped drinking, 3.5 weeks ago would be angry. But yeah, you don't have any medicine. You don't know what to do with your hands, like what to do after work when you would normally go get the 12-pack or go to the bar. Do all these things that became part of your life. They say it takes 28 days to start a new habit, right? To break an old habit, start a new habit. And that's really what it is you're trying to break one habit and other mechanisms are going to fall into place. All right. Well, okay. So spaghetti cats. My work is mainly what causes the negativity. I kind of acted out at work and lashed out at some people. Well, that's a fixable problem now that you're not drinking, right? See, the drinker takes the problem, right? That someone who's active in their abuse, whether it's eating, sex, gambling, depressive thoughts, whatever it is. Someone has that experience. They go to work, their job sucks because they picked a crappy job because they were drunk or living this lifestyle, and they don't like their job. They're not happy. It attacks them at work, whether it's themselves, work, the environment, whatever it is. They're uncomfortable. They're trying to get sober. They're sitting there. They get pissed. They lash out. Now, normally you would go home and drink and solve the problem. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to drink and screw them and like whatever, they can kick rocks. But we're sober now. So you get to do something about it, spaghetti cats. You get to do the right thing now. It's not that you lashed out or did something wrong. It's that now you have the opportunity to do something right. And that's where the sobriety lies. The sobriety doesn't lie with not drinking and not medicating, and the sobriety lies with being thoroughly honest with yourself and being like, I don't want that energy in my life or in anybody else's life. So you get a chance to just do some real quick work here. And here it is. 10, continue to take personal inventory. And when we're wrong, promptly admitted it. All right. So you've kind of admitted you're wrong. So you can go do step 9, made direct amends to such people whenever possible, except when they injure them. When to do so would injure them. So you know what you can do? And this is where the right on, Renee, I'll read that out. You go into work tomorrow and you just straight up own it and apologize to those workers. And you know what? You'll find out that you'll make your working environment a better place. You don't need to tell them that you're sober and you stop drinking or any of that stuff. You just go in there and own it and be like, hey, I apologize for being a douchebag yesterday, and I don't want to live like this anymore, and I apologize to you. And they'll be like, no worries, dude. Or they'll be like, you know what? You got a real anger issue and you need to get it under control, dude. And you know what? That's what making amends is about, is you listen to them too, dude. So it's that this is what sobriety is. Sobriety isn't that you keep messing up. Sobriety is you mess up, dude. And what are you going to do with your mess up? You going to lie about it? Are you going to deceive yourself about it? Are you going to deceive everybody else around you about it? Because everybody else knows. Everybody else knows when you're not telling the truth anyhow. So you might as well just get on with it and own it and be like, you know what? I'm a botch, and let me not be a botch by correcting my path. And again, this is all about the human experience, and drugs and alcohol have kept us from the human experience by one of our human tools of the human experience is anesthetizing the human experience, right? Like, yeah, life's painful sometimes. Life sucks sometimes. Life's beautiful sometimes. Life is full of glory and joy sometimes. And sometimes it's just another day, dude, just not to blow it or to blow it. You know what I mean? So it's again, as we get to live our lives full and complete and solid. And none of us are saints. So what's the point, right? None of us are saints. It says so. None of us are saints. Where's the line? It's pretty key. We're not saints. The point is that we are willing to grow along spiritual lines. We're willing to grow along. And that's our thing. You know, it says in the one of the other, in the 12s, you know, one of the main, the only requirement to be here is a desire to stop drinking. You don't have to stop drinking if that's not what you want. If you have a desire, then it that's what we're doing here. And let me read this. Renee M. gives out the National Suicide Prevention Line. Look, if you're suicidal and you feel like you might make a stupid decision, please call someone. 1-800-273-8255. National Suicide Prevention Line, 1-800-273-8255. The most courageous thing you can do is not be a coward. You know what I mean? And call and get some help. You're valuable. So, all right, let's see. We're just kind of doing, I don't think I got a real monologue here today. My work, Roman here. I live alone for almost a year, turned to a lot of drugs, stopped associating with people who smoked and drank and partied with. One thing that helped me was knowing stress is only temporary. Well, look, I mean, drug addiction and alcoholism and most of these addictions are isolation based. It's pretty hard to do these things when you're around people that don't, you know? And again, that's why, that's why we do this thing is my advice is you got to find dude, not drinking by yourself I would imagine sucks. Sitting around in your head, needing some weed. I'm not going to rip up that mental gymnastics going on all day. That's why you get a fellowship. That's why you go hang out with some sober people that are applying these principles to their lives. And kind of living it, dude, because sitting by yourself, you can't figure it out by osmosis. Life's a team sport, baby. You got to get in the arena and play with the team, the LIVIN team, dude. And, you know, what's up, Carooster? Struggling to cut the weed. It's the same thing. Stop being, look, the weed is almost more cowardly of a thing because it is socially, it's everyone's got this stigma. It's not that big of a deal. It is. If it's affecting your life negatively, dude, it's a big deal. That's all it's got to be, dude. And the struggle is the denial of that truth. Struggling to cut the weed. You know what? You're struggling to accept the fact that the weed don't work anymore because the weed's supposed to work, isn't it? Isn't everybody telling you? Isn't all the songs telling you the weed works, bro? Just smoke through, drink through, snort through, eat through, gamble through. No, that's the point. The struggle is understanding the truth. It's not the weed that you're struggling with. You're struggling with the truth. That you don't want to live in the weed bubble anymore because it sucks and it's not working anymore. And you can see the cracks or the the deception of it, and you're like, I want out, dude. And it's hard to leave a it's that thing is it's hard to get out of a broken situation because the comfort of being in a broken situation. Hey, y'all, don't tune in religiously like I used to. I feel freed from my habits. Life's been good. Found a conscious community, and that's all good. There you go. Good for you, Dijon. And just checked out Reddit. Leave if you don't. Reddit leaves if you don't know it. Justin, check out Reddit leaves. Oh, okay. You're talking. I think a change of set and setting will help cut. Yeah. I think a change in set and setting. That's called a geographic, Justin. It doesn't, wherever you go, there you are, dude. You can change your outfit, comb your hair, move to the other side of the planet, do all of these things. That's, again, it's denial of the truth. Is the gig's up, man. The gig's up. It's okay. That's the thing is it's just the gig's up, man. And it's like, it's like I told this friend of mine once, dude, that it's like your pants are too tight. You have a pair of pants that are too tight. They're too short. They don't fit anymore. And you've grown up and it's just time to get a new pair of pants on, dude. It's not that big of a deal. It's just accepting the pants don't fit anymore. You can keep trying to shove yourself in your pants that don't fit anymore, dude. You can suck in your gut. You can keep pulling them down so they cover your socks. You can get high tops. The fact is your pants don't fit anymore. And it's okay. Just, give them to Goodwill and someone else will wear them. Don't worry about it, dude. If you're worried about the weed or the alcohol getting used, someone will use it, dude. You're just freeing up the supply chain for the next willing participant to figure out that they don't need it. It's that thing, man. It's on you, Double Sushi. I have no idea what you're talking about. We create an illusion that you're okay with consuming it in normal day life. Yeah, I would say, Justin, you're giving the substance too much credit. Yes, it does what it does, but at the end of the day, is that's the victim consciousness. That is what this whole thing's about. Look, it's very clear, dude. Look, if this thing said alcohol for throughout the thing, every second, every step was alcohol. Literally, dude, we admitted that we were powerless over weed, that our lives had become unmanageable. Okay. And then everything else after that has nothing to do with the substance you're putting in your body. This really has nothing to do with the substance. The substance is just a mask. The substance is just medication for the problem. The problem is a life where you're constantly betraying God, so to speak. And that's the insanity, right? Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Well, what was insane? The insanity was the constantly repeating the action, thinking that you're going to fix it by one more bong hit, one more line of Coke, one more donut, one more bet at the gambling table, one more. That's the insanity. No, it's just finally admitting the truth that it's just not going to work anymore. And okay, well, why did I need to think that it worked? Because the truth is that it's really hard to face yourself. But you don't have to face yourself yet in this process until you made a decision to turn your will and your lives over to the care of God as we understand them. The thing's very clear about you. You don't need to face yourself yet till you have a spiritual understanding of something that you can rely on, dude. See, this thing isn't about just facing the mirror and picking your face. That's what the drugs enabled you to do. No, it's about facing the mirror because God's standing right there over your shoulder with you and helping you face the mirror. That's what the mirror is all about, is seeing God's grace in your own eyes, man. Is reflecting on the fact that this isn't accidental, this isn't random, this is all meant to be. The pain, the glory, all of it, dude. And it's only us not understanding that that these are necessary components because to the spiritual growth, because we've yet to admit the truth, which is this is all a spiritual thing and we're trapped in these human forms, dude. And so again, I don't want to like dispel the power of drugs and alcohol and that they're very powerful, dude. They work very well. But the fact of the matter is they're just things we choose to put into our body. You can't get stoned unless you eat it, smoke it, shoot it, you have to do an action to do it. If you just go lay down on the floor, the weed can't get into your body. You have to willingly go to the weed. So it's a little chicken or the egg, dude. You know what I mean? You found that which is creating this action, you know, but I'll tell you what is everyone and their mom smokes weed now. It's hard to avoid. No, it's not. Again, is spaghetti cats. That's a cop out. Every supermarket in the world pretty much has alcohol, unless you're in like Utah, or you got to go to a state store in Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? Like that's a cop out. Just everyone drinks too, dude. It doesn't have anything to do with it, dude, because again, you're basing your reality on other people, which is part of the insanity, dude. You got to stop living in other people's lives. Who cares if they're smoking weed? That's again why you go get a fellowship of new people to like, it's not like you need to flush your old people. It's just you go get a new group of people that speak the language of life without the substance. Dude, let everyone smoke the weed. I'd let everyone smoke the weed, drink the booze. I don't care if people do the blow. I could care less, dude. I'm free. This is about freedom, dude. And again, that is the spiritual experience of what freedom is. I can't be free until I admit the truth to myself that I want to drink right now, but I know it's not going to do anything for me. It sounds nice. I see all sorts of new beers. I went skating with these dudes, pool skating like 3 days ago, dude. What you think those young pool skater dudes in their early 20s that were ripping didn't have a bunch of beer and weed with them? Are you kidding me? They had plenty of it, dude. It's not my problem. My problem's me. Yeah, I want it. I want to like smoke some weed and do some blow and get weird. Totally. 100%. That's part of who I am. But the honesty is knowing that I don't have the ability to enjoy it on any level anymore. Like, yeah, I could get high. I know I wouldn't enjoy it. Look, when I got my tooth surgery on, like I had a big bottle of like pills they prescribed me. Like I still have them. I went out of my way not to take them because I wanted to know where the mind would go. Like, right when I needed them most, I didn't even want to take them. It wasn't till I was done being in pain. I was like, am I still a little bit in pain? Do I really need one of those things? Like the mind, it's all in your mind, man. That's the beauty of it all. But you know, physical dependency on a thing is tricky because like it's again the chicken or the egg. What is it? The mind? Is it the body? Is it a spiritual malady? Is it, is it an allergic reaction? There's a lot of components going on here, dude. But again, if you get down to the basic nuts and bolts of this whole thing, it's just about admitting that you're powerless and that you don't have the ability to manage it anymore. That's what the honesty is. Whatever the thing is, dude. I lost track of how long I've been sober. Good. That means you're sober, dude. So that's the whole goal, is to lose track. It's just today. It's just today, BB. I watched your haircut, Bowser. I didn't expect to see you streaming, but while watching this, I decided to finally kick these damn vapes for good. Threw it in the trash can as you speak. Okay, good for you, man. Yeah, the vapes, the whole same thing. But remember, you're returning back to your natural state. You're not quitting. But good for you, dude. That's the same thing. You know you don't like it. If you like it, you like it, and good for you, dude. You know, it's that thing. Good for you, dude. We're lucky to have Mr. Feeds, huge impact. Right on, Roman. If all your friends smoke weed, find new friends. That's escapism, dude. I don't have a problem with my friends who smoke weed. They smoking weed aren't my problem. I admit in the beginning, like I didn't go hang out with them. I went and learned a new way of life, but they're not the problem at the end of the deal. Like it again it's not about finding new friends. It's about admitting that your lifestyle's broken. Your friends weren't the problem. It's not your friends, dude. That's an escapism. That's a cop-out. You pick them. You made them part of your life. You are solely responsible for your life. It wasn't your friends smoking weed. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. It's you. You have the ability to like change. Plenty have done it. Dude, if I can put down the booze, I was a do or dyer, dude. I don't quit kind of guy. And if I can do it, anyone can do it. And yeah, I'm sure that's pretty cliched, but you know, it's that thing. Yes, new friends or no friends, don't follow the crowd. But it's okay, man. It's like we need people in our life. Again, as I'll tell you what, it's a hermit. It's funny, I was thinking about something today about being a hermit because I'm really not that needing a social function, if you will. And yet I'm a super I got a lot of social going on, but like I don't need it. But I realized long ago that that's how God talks to us, dude. God doesn't talk to me through I can see God in a redwood tree, right? Like I can see God in the ocean. I can see God in those hills over there. I can see God in the flowers and the bees. But God really talks to me through other human beings. And what I found through my journey of sobriety is some of the most unlikely people had like one sentence nuggets that God delivered me through them. That's why it's important to get a fellowship and a group of people if you're trying to get sober. You know, if you're trying to get sober and you want to get sober, it's just not a solo operation because God really can't do what God needs to do if you're isolating. And I'd say that to people suffering mental health issues right now or who are suicidal. It's like, look, man, like nobody's a mind reader, man. And, you know, you not asking for help is denying someone else the ability to help you. And it's really like that selfish. It really is a selfish thing not to ask people for help. I know we've been drummed into some sort of weird Western machismo thing of like, I don't ask for help. I lived by that. I almost died by that too, dude. I've told this story before on this thing, I'm sure, but I'll tell it again because it's a valid story. So I had this when I first got sober, I had this pickup truck, Mazda B2300, dude. I had it for like 16 years, dude. I don't know, I put like 250,000 miles on it, 300,000 miles on it, something like that. And I got sober and the engine finally blew up on the thing, right? And me being like, I don't ask people for help. I don't ask people for help, guy. I can get you a new car. And I go, nah, it's cool. I don't ask for help, right? I don't ask for help. He's like, no, seriously, dude, we can go get a new car, dude. There's a dealership. They give out like sober car deals, dude. Like they'll hook you up. You don't even need any money. I'm like, nah, I don't ask for help, dude. I don't ask for help, dude. So I spent like the next 6 months like carless. And if you knew where I lived, you'd know that it was a giant pain in the ass. It wasn't like some functioning mass transit rural functioning city. It's Malibu, California, on the outskirts of Los Angeles. Transit sucks. I lived up canyons and somewhere along the way, like about 6 months into it, I finally went to this dude and I was like, hey, I need help getting that car. He's like, oh yeah, dude, your car's been waiting for you since I told you it was there like 6 months ago. I'm like, all right, like whatever, dude. So I go down to this car dealership and it's two regular dudes that hook up sober guys, dude. Hans and was it Hans? No, dude. Was it Hans? What was that guy's name? Some German dude. And this dude, David. What was that German guy's name? It wasn't Hans. It was. Anyway. They're like, yeah, dude, we got a car for you out back. Do you want to come see it? And I'll go, sure, I don't have any money. They're like, don't worry about it. Just make your payments on the month every month. It'll be cool, dude. And they were like, your payment's $140 a month, dude, for this car. I'm like, all right, let's see it, dude. I go around the corner and there it is, dude. Terra Cruiser 1, that gray 1987 Volvo wagon. I think it was an 87. It might have been 86, something like that. That rad, beautiful gray Volvo wagon. I wish I still had today. That thing was a tank. Full surf wagon. Fit all my surfboards, fit all my stuff in it. And I remember like when I got it, like my friend David basically explained to me that like, look, dude, like when you wouldn't let me help you, you were basically denying me the ability to hook you up with this car that God had waiting for you, dude. Like this has been your car. It's been sitting here for 6 months, dude, but you were too stubborn to accept the help and to ask for the help. So who suffered on that deal? And it's like, I've always kind of looked at that as like every time I haven't asked for help, it's not me that loses. It's the person that can give me the help that I'm really like causing to suffer, dude, because it's it's denying them. It's really weird when you see it, dude. And that's again why like sobriety doesn't work in a vacuum, dude. If you're not asking someone to help you get sober, you're being super selfish, dude, because you're denying another human being the ability to stay sober. And you're like, well, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean I'm denying another person the ability to stay sober, right? Because this is our primary purpose as a recovering alcoholic. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and practice these principles in all of our affairs. My primary purpose is to be of service. And anyone who's down with God in their own way would understand their primary purpose is to be of service. It's not to like, collect trinkets and get shiny things. And no, it's to be of service. And that can be to your wife, to your child, to the barista, to the person on the other end of the phone that you would call in the middle of distress and be like, hey, I don't want to smoke weed tonight. Help me out. And so that's why it's important to have all these phone numbers and people. It's like the suicide prevention line. It's you're really helping out if you were to call, if you're suicidal and you're calling the suicide, you're helping out the person sitting on the other end of the suicide prevention line who suddenly has purpose in their life. Because I'm telling you, nobody's sitting on the other side of a suicide prevention line except someone who's probably been suicidal and they realize they have value in their life. And the way they translate that value is to be on the other end of the line. So if you don't call them and ask for help, they don't get a chance to be of service. So it's that weird thing. And it's the same with alcoholism and drug addiction and gambling and all these things. It's your chance to help someone, to ask for help. And isn't that the twist about it all? The ironic twist of it all is the first unselfish thing you can do is to ask someone to help you. Ha! Yeah, life's full of paradoxes like that. Yeah, BB says it, by allowing other people to bless you, they can become a blessing. That's it. All anybody wants is to be of service, man. Deep down inside, people just want to feel part of something and feel inspired And there's nothing more inspiring than helping someone, man. I still feel like I'm going crazy sometimes. I go back to the bad trip when I'm really anxious near after 2 months. Any advice? Yeah, you've got to, like, that's a good thing to admit, but that's, again, is I think I would suggest you probably don't have a fellowship of people that, again, you're not trying to look for people that look like you, dude. You're trying to communicate with people that feel and understand like you. Again, is we're at this weird crossroads of our time where it's all about, like, I'm looking to communicate with people that look like me. No, I want to compute. I need to communicate with people that have character that I want to emulate, people that have qualities about them as human beings that I strive for. That's who you want to communicate with. Yeah, what's up, Bird? There's a whole thing of cheese wedges. It's in that one container. It's like smooth number 1. It's over where the smooth stuff is. Yeah, it should be. It's the one with the 3 little things that are all laid out. That's where the cheese wedges are. Well, it's out there. I've put a bunch in there today, so go look again. It's on that one shelf. It says smooth number 1 on it. Look for the container that says smooth 1 on it. Well, then it's not out here with me, okay? Well, you obviously didn't put it back where you had it because you were putting them on that other thing you made. So why don't you look around in the garage until you find it, okay? Owl. Thanks, buddy. All right, let's see. I can't read. I'm far enough away. Thanks. Anyone else having video quality problems? I don't think it's on this end. I got full super signal. Someone did. Could be your end. What happened to my buddy with weed happened to me with acid. It takes some time to get back. Try looking into some breath work, like Butuli, working with her on friends, and also talk to people about it. Yeah, talk to people about it, dude. Again, is look, all right, like on that thing is like, this is a game of reestablishing a new neural net. Like you're like most people don't understand. Like this is like, if you look at like a picture of your brain, have you seen your brain on weed, man? You seen a $20 bill on weed, man? There's a dude, bush, a microphone, talking. Anyway, look, when you look at the map of your brain, the neural net with the axons and whatever, the electricity moves through your brain, dude. You have to realize that part of the addictive process is you've hardwired your brain by the same repeated patterns. So that's what the anxiety is. It's actually your brain beginning to fire up new neural pathways to new thought patterns, dude. This is good. See, again, when I worked in recovery, right? Like worked in a rehab and sober living and stuff, they anesthetize anxiety. Like, oh, here, take this, take that. For the anxiety is good. The anxiety means that your brain is starting to fire up new axons and neurons, dude. That's a great sign. The anxiety is not to be discounted or prescribed away or pretended it doesn't exist. That is actually it working. It's like when when you cut yourself in a scab and you get stitches. Did I just bite my tongue and say stitches? No, when you get stitches and it itches, the itching means it's healing. It's the same thing. It's your brain trying to heal itself, dude. So don't discount the anger and the anxiety and the sleepless nights and all. That's all part of the process, man. Like part of the process is this if it was meant to be comfortable, it wouldn't be getting sober. It's supposed to suck, by the way. Like it's not supposed to be pleasant. That's what you earn. You earn the grace going through the unpleasant journey of rewiring your mind, rewiring your body, dude. I don't know what to do about your guys' video quality. It's fine on my end, dude. I don't even have any. I got all signals, dude. Nah, it's everybody, dude. What's up, Mark? Welcome. Nah, it's bad on my end too. It's I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's the internet then, dude. I don't have any indication of any problems here, dude. So I'm fully wired in on my end. All right, whatever, dude. Go listen to the podcast later. Yeah, it's all about your brain begins to rewire itself. This is all electricity, man. Like doing dry July. Good for you. I don't know about those, all seem a little bit gimmicky to me, but whatever works. You just got to remember, man, you're playing with fire on that stuff. That weird, like, oh, I'm going to take a month off. Like, I'll give you the downside of that whole thing, right? Like, if you're taking a month off and you're planning on August 1st, like smoking weed or getting loaded, you realize that your body is not like, it's gotten healthier, but whatever it was that caused you to use in the first place hasn't stopped, right? You've just allowed your body to get healthier. So when you fire it back up in August 1st, the effect is like exponential. And that is actually almost super dangerous. Again, we learn these things the hard way, dude. But that whole like going cold turkey thing, half the reason it doesn't work is because when people come out of the cold turkey state, they get like slammed. That's how like a lot of people, like, bad things happen to them, dude. Is they stopped cold turkey, their body got sober, their mind didn't, and then they got loaded, and they thought they could drink just like they did 30 days before, and they get their body too wasted again, and they end up stepping in front of a bus or firing up a skill saw or something, or not knowing how to like operate the machinery they used to operate all loaded, dude. So again, it's a little bit of a risky pool thing. But, do whatever you got to do, man. It's what we do. Yeah, it's a weird setup for failure. But like, again, it's maybe, however it works, that 30 days, you might decide I want to go 30, 31 and then 32. And it just might work that way for you too. So who am I saying to not do it is I just, again, throwing out the cautionary tales of, be careful and understand that the body chemistry is very extreme. It's trippy, dude. Like I can't imagine being loaded at this time of life. It seems like the worst vibe ever to be like loaded the last year and a half. I can't even imagine how much of a drag that must be, but yeah, I'm a huge binge drinker on weekends. Oh, you're 40. You're right on cue to get sober. 40's like the age for dudes. Jules, are you gal? Yeah, binge drinking on the weekend. That's just be careful, man. You're gonna go binge drink when this is done and get blacked out, and who knows what happens. You know what I'm saying? You end up with the nowadays you end up with the wrong person. Not just the wrong person, but the wrong person. Yeah, well, we do what we got to do. So what do we got here on the blackouts? For me, I never blacked out. I never was given that gift, man. I remembered everything, dude. that was part of the problem, dude. If I could have blacked out, I'd probably still be drinking, dude. It just didn't work. I always woke up and was like, oh God, all of that, huh? All of that. Gotta file that away. No, blacking out was a gift I did not receive, dude. My sponsor is picking me up tomorrow and take me back to another white chip. Well, good for you. That's what we do, James. We get back on the horse, we ride, man. No shame in that, dude. The only shameful thing is not getting in the car with the sponsor, dude. Our bodies are healing continually, but the poisons we swallow keep getting in the way of that process. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's that funny thing of what do they say is every 7 years, your body has a total molecular makeover. Like no molecule in your body is the same as it was 7 years ago. So think about that for a moment. Like, yeah, you're on the process of healing. Like I've already gone through one full exchange of molecules, like one cycle. And, don't interrupt the process, dude. I can't imagine interrupting the process and like, gosh, here we go again, dude. Because, I took Xanax once, blacked out, and woke up in the same chair, but with a beat up face and hospital bracelets on. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Messing with the little pills is tough, dude. I was never like that fired up on the whole pill thing, dude. They were just too bad. I did have my little run with Oxy, though. I did have my 6-month run with the green beans, dude. Those things were brutal. That was a pretty brutal phase, dude. I don't wish that on anyone. But then again, is like those were getting off that stuff sucked, dude. Sugar's the worst, man. I cannot. Yeah, sugar is gnarly, dude. I still struggle with the sugar, man. I still struggle with the sugar. Absolutely, dude. That is one of my things that, again, is I think that, if I compare like me with sugar is like someone's like there, it's like weed versus, Overeaters Anonymous. Like I don't overeat, but I do a little bit of midnight sugar binging, dude, which is low scale. There you go. I told you. Nice Lego Seagull. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, you want to show the channel on your Lego Seagull? All right.
Maybe next time I can show them my sea.
Yeah, you can show them next time. It's your Lego Seagull. Nice, dude. Let's hear. That's your Lego Seagull.
Look at it.
Oh, you got it. Wait. Here, you got to hold it so they can see it, dude. There it is.
Seagull.
Yeah, it's a seagull.
Hi, boo boo.
Okay, bye. Yeah, sugar's rough, dude. Caffeine's rough. There's all sorts of rough stuff. But again, is you got to take care of the immediate problem.
It's a chicken's bedtime.
Yeah, it is. You got to take care of the immediate problem first before you can conquer any of the other problems, dude. What's the point of being a vegan junkie, dude? What's the point of being having a no sugar diet and still sucking down Jack Daniels at night? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of not drinking coffee if you're going to do cocaine all day, or methamphetamines? Again, is you got to figure out which one to where to start, and again is where to start. Where to start. And again, is just to remind you, we're really fighting powerlessness and admitting that we're powerless and our lives have become unmanageable. Just let me finish it up. I'm 5 minutes out, okay, bud? Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. And so it's pretty clear, dude. And what's that?
The boat.
Oh, your boat?
Look at mine.
Yeah. Then we got the cat, the chickens, the bird here. We got everybody.
Look at my boat.
Gift of sobriety right here, right?
Look at my boat.
You just don't. I'll just say it again, dude. If I looked at that little picture right now, where's the cat? Where are the chickens? Where's the chicken coming running over? That's the success of sobriety, dude. I had none of that going for me. Or the chickens. They're the chickens. Cluck, 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 cluck. Right? None of that was going on with the 12-pack in my hand and a bong in the other and a packet full of blow in my pocket, dude. None of that was possible, dude. And so, again, I don't know what's in store for you if you get sober, but it'll get different. I promise you that. And allow the new neural pathways to develop one day at a time. That's right, Renee, one day at a time. So look, as we come winding down after another hour, that sure went by quick. Look, sobriety is a team sport. You kind of are who you hang around with. That is true, dude. That is true. But don't forget, you're a great influence. I'll say this. You can be of a great influence to the people that you hang around too, right? The inverse works. If you are who you hang around with, can become who you are too. So don't discount your own ability to change, be of service to the friends around you, dude. Just because you got sober doesn't mean they don't want to get sober too. You're just a pioneer breaking trails for your friends, dude. So don't discount your friends like that. I don't come from the school of thought of what do they say? It's my lower companions. No, dude. My friends at the end saved my life because they were willing to put up with my bullshit when I was loaded, dude. And so I've had the luck of getting some of those friends sober and at least showing them that there's a path out of that purgatory we were in. So yeah, I get why we switch gears and we develop new lifestyles. Like, yeah, I don't have time to hang out with anybody, like really, except my team here. And that's a beautiful thing, dude. But I'm still super grateful for the Onion and Bad Brad and those dudes I hung out with at the end, dude. They didn't choose to follow the path, but they know it exists. So with that said, as we make our way out the door here, life's a team sport. It really is. No one can.
I gave Levi the Kevin.
And that's maybe the first honest thing you need to face with yourself is that you need help, you need assistance, and it's okay. It's a bold move. By picking up the phone and asking for help, you change the universe. You really do. I can't express the power of asking another human being for help. It changes the world. One moment at a time. And Renee's coming in, thank you, with the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. If you've got suicidal thoughts or you're overly depressed or you just think you might need some help, this is a number to call, 1-800-273-8255. Again, if you're suicidal or kind of in that space, call anybody, call somebody, call the busboy at the restaurant, dude, call anybody. Picking up the phone will be the first pathway out of that space. It will help. I know it seems a little like silly, but it's not. It's a courageous move. And if you're struggling with alcohol or drugs, or any of these bedevilments, you can probably call, I know for sure you can call Alcoholics Anonymous anywhere in the United States. Look up AA Central Office, wherever you are, USA, and give them a call. There's a person like me on the other end of the line, and they're waiting to be of service to you, dude. And give them the greatest gift you can give someone. Allow them to help you. I know it's just one of those things you don't understand till you get to the other side, but the greatest gift you can give someone is allowing them to help you get better. It really is that way. So with that said, good night. Thank you. God bless. And stay strong out there. Stay beautiful. We'll be back next Wednesday, God willing.